Whether it's power station, factory or stadium, covering installation or maintenance, Spec, the specialist power contractor to industry.
Welcome to Rugby, and we are here at Headingley Stadium, and we're looking tonight to end a drought, a 4-year drought, because Castleford Tigers come to town and Leeds haven't beaten them since 2013. Normally I'm joined by the one and only Jamie Jones-Buchanan, but he's on the pitch. I've replaced him with not one, not two, but three Jones Buchanans. Who have we got?
Law, Kurgan, Dax.
And these are Jones's three eldest sons. Little Bane is running riot behind the cameras right now. I want to start with you, Law. Tell me about your dad on a match day. Is he calm? Is he grumpy? Because I daren't talk to him on match day.
Normally I see him quite grumpy, but when he's running, he's normally happy because he wants to get smashed.
Good lad. And obviously we all know that he hates Wigan Kurgan, but how does he feel about Castleford, do you think?
He might be probably like, I don't know, a bit mad at them, so he might just smash them all out there.
Dax, is there any players in particular you think your dad likes to get stuck into? Anyone you can think of that he might not like and he might look to bash tonight?
All of them.
All of them. Right now, let's go over and meet another confident man, the biggest fan of Leeds. That's Commercial Director Rob Oates. Joined by Commercial Director Rob Oates, who is actually the biggest Rhinos fan in the world. He goes home and away, and you stand with the away fans. You don't eat prawn sandwiches, mate, on away days. You stand with the fans.
Yeah. We're suited and booted on match days here.
Yep.
And we've got a fantastic corporate set. But like when we go away, always like to go behind the sticks with the fans, and that's how I've been brought up. Been watching them for 43 years. I love it.
On a match day, you are a fan, and tonight the Rhinos Ocas won. It's been a while, 2013, mate.
I know, and they've won the last 6, haven't they? So, and we've had a couple of painful ones in that as well, haven't we? You know, this year it's been difficult at times to watch. So, but yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. We've got, heading for 18,000 crowd. We've got 1,100 corporate people in here tonight. My role on match night is to look after that. And like you said, sometimes it's a bit of a challenge because I'm not excited about the game, but I've got my day job to do before the game kicks off, so I try and put that to the back of my mind and crack on with that, and then looking forward to it when the big kick-off's at 8 o'clock, yeah.
Lastly, mate, I've got to ask you, it's going to be a really sad day, sometime in August-ish, when the South Stand's pulled down, and then obviously the North Stand later on in the year. It has to happen because of the developments needed to make this a fully world-class stadium. I'm really excited about the future, but in the interim, what are we going to do?
We'll be all right. We've got plans. We're working hard with the plans that they'll be communicated with everybody. I think everyone will understand. All our members will be guaranteed places, for the 2018 season. So, they'll all get, we're going to look after our supporters, our key supporters, and our members. So the plans will be divulged in the next couple of 3 weeks. So it's like you say, it's exciting, and when it's full tonight, it looks fabulous. You come here on a dark, dank November day and you go, it needs updating. It does need updating. And there's aspects of the South Stand, that are crumbling a bit. And I think most of our fans will agree that it's time for an upgrade. And the North Stand similarly, those seats are small. There haven't been many changes to the stadium really, since 1944. So, you look at that and
Not the money's worth.
Yeah, exactly. and it's time for change. And change though is not everyone's cup of tea, and change is difficult, isn't it? And my little seat in the North Stand, when that gets bulldozed down, I'll have a cry. Of course I will. And it'd be sad that last game. I feel myself getting choked up now thinking about it. But it will be, won't it? And but going forward and the stuff that we're gonna get. Well, the plans and the boxes and the seats and the non-restricted views and the facilities and the bars and the concourses, and you're just going to go, wow, this is like something else now. So, yeah, we're delighted, we're excited. We've worked so hard. Paul Caddick, our chairman, and Gary have worked so hard to make this come to fruition. It's been a challenge. It really has at times, and I must pay testimony to them two guys who, they're right at the head of the club, and they lead this club so well, and they don't seek any plaudits and they don't seek the headlines, but they're behind the scenes and they've got the club's best interests at heart, and it's yeah, it's in great hands and it's exciting.
Well, the only constant in life is change. Let's go see the players pre-match and see if change is on the cards and Leeds can actually beat Cas tonight.
I think the fixtures over the last few years have built in stature as well, and it's a game that everybody looks for. So, and again, you expect a response after. I think this year when we've had a loss or not played well, we've always had a good response after that. So, we'll just have to meet fire with fire at the weekend, and I imagine that they're going to come out all guns blazing, and we'll have to be ready for that and overcome that. To be honest with you, but we had a good tussle at Magic Weekend a few weeks back, and the game was in the balance really, and until Cas had a real hot spell for 20 minutes and sort of took the game away from us. So. We just need to sort of focus on ourselves and make sure we're ready to go.
Coming to the Rhinos, they haven't won since 2013. Confidence, you back up?
Yeah, it was. Well, it's tough to go out. Always tough to go out of the cup, and we didn't play very well last week, so we'll be looking to right that against probably a tough Leeds side tonight. So yeah, it should be a good game, packed out stand. Looking forward to it.
One thing that's going to make it a bit more interesting is they got knocked out of the cup, so they'll be wanting to bounce back and show what they're about, because they're riding high at the minute in the league.
Questions will be raised about whether Cas can do it in those big game semi-finals that end at year. But do you think there's enough in your squad, and when you look around you, to get that win and get to a grand final?
Yeah, 100%. I think that's the main thing is in the squad itself. There's a lot of belief and confidence in what we can do, and we know that. So, everyone's got their own opinions, which is fair enough. But I don't think it's affecting us much.
Powley played here for a long time. What's his message before a game down at Leeds?
Well, we just had a team talk in the hotel. Then he's pretty up for the game, so yeah, he just wants us to get back to defending well and playing our game, which we didn't last week. So hopefully we can do that.
The lads are excited, looking forward to it. I think we're in a good place at the minute. We're enjoying what we're doing, and I think we're playing some good stuff. So. Cas are a big challenge, but yeah, one we're excited and looking forward to.
I'm joined by Sam Horner from the Leeds Rhinos Foundation. Sam, pre-game, half-time, I've never seen as many children on that field. What's the key to getting involved in the community and the schools at Leeds? Tell me a little bit about your role.
Well, I've been here nearly 11 years. The match day activities that you'll see every week is part of my role. We've been doing the match day activities for longer than that, yeah. but there's been about 120 kids on that pitch today, and that's generally every week.
That's a good number.
And these under sevens are walking out with the players as well. This programme that we run is we're all proud of it to start with, and that ain't been beginning anyway. We're all proud of it because the experiences that the kids get. This is on the back of the ambassador scheme that we run. Yep. There's 38 club members, and this is just one of the programmes that they get. There's the ambassador festivals and all sorts. This is part of it.
Right, we've got Leeds Rhinos and Cas Tiger fans in the house. Right, talk to us. Why are you here today? Your pre-game, half-time, walking round.
To watch Leeds win.
To watch Leeds win. What's your score prediction?
28-0.
28-0. Can I ask a Methley? What's the score prediction, mate?
38 to Cas.
38. Oh, are you looking forward to it? Who's your favourite player?
Danny Maguire.
How did you get involved in the foundation? What's your background? Was it working in schools? Did you come out of a school, or did you just get picked up?
I'm a bricklayer.
Bricklayer by trade.
Yeah,
I like it.
I went into teaching. And I was coaching the Leeds City College, which is Park Lane, the old Park Lane. But my background is rugby league. I played for 2 minutes at Bramley, 2 years.
2 years.
And then I played at school.
What position?
Believe it or not, I was a fullback. Believe it or not, yeah. But from there, I've always played rugby league. I played amateur with the Waterloo down East Street. Played with East Leeds. I finished with Neil Haig at East Leeds, the centre for
awesome.
Leeds. So I had a great time of rugby league, and that's why I want to give it back. These are the kids that we should be doing it with, and they'll remember this. They'll always remember this.
They will. So how many clubs, how many schools have you invited today then?
Well, the schools here on parade. Yeah. There'll be 8 to 10 schools on parade. Yeah. Then we've got a combination of 7 clubs here. Which is split down into 10s nines that are playing on the pitch at half time.
Great what you're doing. Great what the Leeds Foundation are doing, engaging the kids in the community. Let's talk a little bit about tonight's game. Just a quick score prediction tonight.
Whoa, score prediction. Well, it's a bit wet, isn't it? So it could be a bit of an arm wrestle.
I'm a Castle lad.
I know you are. I know you. I'm treading carefully here.
Be careful.
I'm treading carefully, lad. But I actually think it'll be a bit of an arm wrestle. They'll be throwing it about because they're both good sides for throwing it about, and they'll be taking risks. But I think you're probably looking at about 22-18 to Leeds.
Oh, I like it. I'm not going to disagree, but thank you for joining us at Rugby AM. Thank you.
Thank you very
Sam.
much. Yeah.
I like it. The Leeds Rhinos with 5 boys. I like it.
Whether it's power station, factory or stadium, covering installation or maintenance, Spec, the specialist power contractor to industry. Whether it's power station, factory or stadium, covering installation or maintenance, Spec, the specialist power contractor to industry.
Welcome back to part 2 here at Rugby AM. We're in the White Rose Ring at the Great Yorkshire Show. The main ring's just getting the finishing touches added to it, and Jonesy, we brought some superstars down to celebrate us being involved this year.
We certainly have, and I can't wait to get myself into this show, mate. Why do you think this is called the White Rose? Yorkshire. Symbolise Yorkshire. I'm so embarrassed that I've never actually been to the Great Yorkshire Show before, and I'm here, and I can't wait to get stuck in.
Right now, let's go see what happens at the show and meet some of the boys.
Out in front of the famous Hall 1 and Hall 2 at the Great Yorkshire Show, and I'm sat here with my teammate Matt Parcell trying to persuade him to pass Adam Cuthbertson a little less ball and Jamie Jones Buchanan a little more. Now I reckon Mitch Garbett was in the same boat as me. He got a little bit fed up and gave him a little dink accidentally on purpose during the game. Now I've already had a chat with Garbettson. Tell us a bit about what he's done to your eyeball.
No, yeah, he didn't miss me. No, luckily it wasn't too much damage there, just a bit of blood, so it's all good.
At least you were looking at him, unlike Tamu. Gabs. Mate, it's great to have you down here. Now, obviously, you've had an outstanding season so far at the Leeds Rhinos. I'll ask you about that in a little while, but you've also got a bit of an agricultural background as well. Grew up on a bit of a farm from that type of background.
Yeah. So my grandparents live on a dairy farm, so Dad grew up on a dairy farm. Back home, we grew up on about 70 acres, so we had horses and cows and chickens and all that kind of thing. So no, it was good fun.
Did you muck in? Did you get involved? Did you push the old cattle around?
No, I was more of an observer, so I watched them, but yeah, tried to pick up things here and there.
There's a lot of rugby league to be played.
We
did a little bit of a poll on Rugby AM quite recently, talking about the signing of the season, and there was a fair few. There was Albert Kelly, there was the Tarzan looking kid at Huddersfield, Mamo, and you popped up as well a few times. Are you enjoying your time at Leeds, and particularly in Super League?
Yeah, really enjoying it. So since it's come over, we're getting right into the season now. So I'm really enjoyed it so far.
And what about fitting in at that 9 spot as well? Because obviously with Seguiaro, I've had a few difficulties with him in the past, and it really manifested itself into how much it is important to have a really good 9. Have you fitted into that role, made it how you want it? Because every team's a little bit different, and I suppose you've got to fit into your own style of rugby into that new team. But is that something that's congruent at the minute in the game?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously coming over here, it was always going to take a little bit of time to sort of get the feel from everyone's style and sort of get them to feel how I sort of play. But no, I'm really enjoying it. I think we're progressing really well. We still got a lot of improvement left in us, but we're in June now, so we've got plenty of time. So if we can keep steadily improving towards the end of the Super 8s, and hopefully the finals will be good.
And we're at the Great Yorkshire Showground. Are you looking forward to coming down? I mean, you're going to do a little bit. We're going to come down. We're going to get involved. We're going to be as big a part of it as we can. And Matt Parcell can't wait, I assume.
No, I'm really excited. To be honest, I didn't realise how big it would be. It looks like a massive show, so I'm really excited to come down and check it out when everyone's here and it's all blazing. It'll be good.
I got into a little bit of horse riding many years ago, and obviously with the Great Yorkshire Show, it's a massive event. Not just for horse riding, it's for everything agricultural. You know, they put on a great bird show and you know, just walking around and seeing all the animals, it's, like I say, when you get a beautiful sunshine day like this, it's a great day out. I was more self-taught when it came to horse riding, but after going for a few hacks, having a few, you know, getting used to him a little bit, I thought I'd enter a local show. I didn't know what to expect. It takes ages to, you know, to get your horse ready for him, you know, so we had to wash him, you know, prot him up all his mane, make sure he was pristine and that, get him loaded into the trailer. Ended up going up to the show. Drove in, started to get a little bit nervous because all my competition was girls aged between 9 and 14. You know, there weren't many lads there. There were no men at all. So as you can imagine, a 6'3" rugby player turns up and my competition's a group of little girls. So, but I'd spent a lot of time getting him ready, so I thought, right, I'm going to do it. So I went into the warm-up arena, popped him over the jump a few times, started to get my confidence back a little bit. Then this little girl came over, patted me on boot, so I looked down and she looks up at me and she says, "Excuse me, mister, is it okay if my mum puts the jump up?" And she says she'll put it down for you if it's a little bit too high for you. So straight away I was gone. You know, I lost it. So then when it was my turn to go into the show jumping arena, I ended up getting round, but that little girl, she ended up beating me. I think that's, you know, there's a mutual respect for what these you know, these people do, you know, because like I said, they're huge, powerful horses, and they take some teaching, but that's the beauty behind it. You know, the slightest move of your foot, and you can get them to do some amazing things. And when you're thinking about it, they can run at some fair pace, and having to go over some of these jumps up to, you know, 160, 170 in height. It's you know, it takes a bit of bottle.
We're outside the cattle ring with Rugby League's very own Dairy Farmer.
You can call it Dairy Farmer, but I get the mick taken out of me back in Cumbria, to be fair, because I'm the only farmer's son never to become a farmer.
Is that a big no-no in Cumbria?
Yeah, it's a big no-no, yeah. Not a lot of farmers obviously leave the nest. Obviously my dad was a son of a farmer as well.
Farming's, it's a huge part of obviously British culture, growing up around the animals. I know you go back and you're mucking. Is it a real passion of yours?
As a kid, it was on and off, really. I was more interested in the tractors. I did show animals at a few shows when I was a young kid with my sister, but she always used to beat me as well in that. Yeah. So I had no luck with it really, but it got to that stage where it was either rugby or farming, and obviously rugby was a bit more of my passion than farming was.
Talk to me about the animals that you keep. What kind of cows do you have, and do you have any other animals?
Yeah, we have Holsteins and Friesians. We used to have some sheep. But now we just looked after other farmers' sheep that are on the fells. We have had a few sets of pigs, were just as pets. The first two we had were called stir fry and soy sauce, that my mum called them, and then the second set we had was called Burgess and Moi Moi.
Burgess and Moi Moi.
Yeah, and actually I think the first set got struck by lightning, and one, randomly, it sounds a bit crazy, one got struck by lightning. And I think one died 2 days later because it was that heartbroken that the other one died.
Yorkshire Show, you've been here before. I've never been. What can I expect from the Yorkshire Show?
I think it's just a great family day out. You know, it was only maybe 3 or 4 years ago since my girlfriend brought me down here. She's into the horses more so, but obviously I always like the dairy stuff. But I've been used to going to farms ever since I was a kid. And there's a great vibe around the place, you know, and everyone seems to be having fun.
You've got Tim Sheens as a coach now at Hull KR, and you've got the epitome of hard, and that's Jamie Peacock as the rugby manager. Talk to me a bit about your relationship with both those men, because you couldn't have two better figureheads at one club.
It was JP that I met first. Obviously he come in last year.
And he played.
Yeah, he did play. That's the crazy thing about it. I never thought it'd actually happen. I heard little whispers of it, but for it to actually play with him, you know, it was an honour. He's a scary man, to be fair. You know, like I said to you on the way over here, he gives you that, you know, that death stare sometimes, and you know you best behave. And on the team change, I wasn't sure what to expect. Obviously, then, his background that he had and what he's done for the club so far, he's brought him on leaps and bounds, and I think there's a lot more to come from Sheensy.
Right here in the thick of it at the beautiful Yorkshire Showground, in the middle of the sheep pen with show director Charles Mills. Charles, it's a pleasure to be here. You're in charge of this whole event. That's going to be absolutely epic again in 2017. Just give us an insight into what people can expect when they come along.
Well, epic's the word. It really is a fantastic 3 days here at Harrogate in July, and where we sat now in a week in early July, it will be absolutely full of sheep.
I quite often boast on Rugby that I am more Yorkshire than Dickie Bird. I've said it a million times. My birthday is 1st of August, which is Yorkshire Day. Makes me more Yorkshire than people like Gary Verity, and I can't wait to come along because it is the great Yorkshire Show, and I should have been here a long time ago, but I'm really looking forward to seeing some of the spectacles that are on offer and that are going to be showcased. What can people coming along expect to see?
Everything that the countryside holds, all the fantastic livestock classes, cattle, sheep, pigs, horses, you name it, goats, llamas, they'll all be here, and so much local produce being on show.
Lovely.
So lots to eat as well as to see.
In the world of rugby league, we find quite often that meat is like currency to rugby players. So there's going to be a lot of meat on offer that people take home and try and sample.
A lot of meat to look at on the hoof as well. Some of the best livestock in the UK come here.
And I've heard that there's a celebrity fashion show. Now on the back of that jacket it says Yorkshire born and bred. I've always wanted a bit of tweed. I want to get myself one of these, but what can we expect to see at this celebrity fashion show as well?
This jacket for one, I was very fortunate to be the first guy to actually model one of these. Not bad for a Yorkshire farmer to be wearing one, but yeah, I'm not going to say too much about it, but just come along to the fashion show and have a look.
You've heard it from the man himself, Charles Mills. Get yourself down here, experience the Great Yorkshire Show.
Whether it's power station, factory or stadium, covering installation or maintenance, Spec, the specialist power contractor to industry. Whether it's power station, factory or stadium, covering installation or maintenance, Spec, the specialist power contractor to industry.
Welcome back to part 3 here on Rugby AM for another special Hard as Bales feature. I'm not going to lie, all week I've been thinking about how I'm going to introduce this, and I keep coming back to the same point. The less I'm talking and the more this guy's talking, the better. Now, when you've got somebody like Adrian Morley talking about the top 5 players, somebody who for me has been the only rugby league player in world history to have dominated the English Super League and the Aussie NRL physically, you just got to stand back and listen. So Moz, it's a real pleasure to have you on and listen to your top 5 toughest players you've ever played against. We'll get straight in there at number 5. Who's your number 5?
Well, I've picked my 5 players are people who they've gone up to the line and they've also crossed the line, so they've got a bit. And number 5 is Steve Kerner. When I played against Steve Kerner for the first time, I offloaded the ball and he actually come across and done a job and wiped me out. But up to this point, I thought I was indestructible. So I tried to carry on. I was no good. Had to come off the field, but he did me, and for that he gets in the top 5. What happens on the pitch stays on the pitch as far as I'm concerned, but it didn't stop me trying to get my own back on him for the next 5 years, but I didn't quite manage to get my own back. But it was, not only for that incident, but it was just a very, very tough player, very skillful player. So Steve Kerner.
So tell us, who's your number 4, Moz?
Number 4 is another Kiwi. It's the great Ruben Wicke.
Wow.
Again, he's a little bit older than me, Ruben, but he's one of them players, when you played against him, you knew you was in for a tough afternoon. Never used to give an inch. Very, very physical. He's one of the few players who had a worse disciplinary record than me in the NRL. But again, there was always a lot of respect and camaraderie there. And when we used to play against him, we used to enjoy the challenge. And then swap jerseys with him. He's one of the few players. I've only got probably half a dozen jerseys, which from when I played mean a great deal to me, and he's one of them.
Right then, into number 3, Moz. Who gets your bronze medal for the toughest player you've played against?
The bronze medal is my old mate Barry McDermott. I was a kid when he come to Leeds. I was just making my way in first team, but you know, when I'd played with him a couple of games, I just used to be amazed. We'd be there in the scrum and opposing forwards would look at him and he'd growl at him, or you know, just one look could do, and then they'd look the other way. And I thought, I want what he's got, you know, just to have that respect and fear. I thought I want a bit of that. So that's when I started on my journey to try and get to where Barry was. So he had a really big influence on my career. You know, obviously a very, very tough player as well.
Tell us, Moz, who's got the silver medal? Who's number 2?
Silver medal is my best mate in the game, Terry Newton. Yep. He was great. With very similar age, me and Tez. He used to travel from Wigan. I used to travel from Salford, so you know, we'd be there every day in the car. So we spent a lot of time together. And when you do spend a lot of time, you forge a pretty strong friendship. And that was me and Tez. We was best of mates, really. So being best mates, we used to go out socialising a lot. You know, as you get into skirmishes when you're kids, and you know, I seen him. You know, used to get into fights all the time when we were young and daft, but never seen him lose a fight. In fact, I've seen him make a mess of a few doormen in his day. So very, very tough lad off the field, but on the field as well, very tough. You know, fantastic hooker, great rugby league brain as well. But he had a bit of nastiness in him as well. You know, he played the game to the limit and beyond. Very tough, and he's another one similar to Baz. Opposing team feared him. You know, when I read my team, who's in my team, if I got someone like Terry Newton in my team, I was grateful, because you knew he could play and he had your back, and it was tough. So Tez,
give us the gold medal, Moz. Who's the toughest player you've ever played against?
The gold medal for me was Gordon Tallis. When I started taking rugby league seriously, you know, used to watch different players, and Gordon was my position. He was a second rower, and he was feared throughout the land. He was probably renowned as being the toughest player in the world, really. I remember the very first time I got a chance to play against him, and I was a bit in awe. You know, this was my idol growing up, my hero, and you used to line up, you know, to sing the national anthems, and we were singing national anthems. I looked across. I went across the Aussie line, and he was staring straight at me, big Gordy. I thought, oh no. So I went along the line. I went back. I thought, it can't be me. And he was staring straight at me. I thought, oh, what have I done here? So my initial thought was but then I thought, you know, if he's trying to put me off my game, you know, the great Gordon Tallis, he must think something of me. So it gave me a bit of confidence in a way, really. So played the game. You know, we didn't come to blows or anything, but I'd like to think I held my own. And he's another one. I swapped jerseys with him, and you know, cherish that jersey. But yeah, just Gordon. I mean, he had a fearsome reputation, and quite rightly so. He brought a book out called Raging Bull, and it's quite an apt title for how we used to play the game.
There you go, another Arders Bales feature from the guy who's dominated rugby league the world over, Adrian Morley. At least 40% of the rugby league audience, I believe, is female. And as somebody who's a big part of the rugby league development plan for Leeds, women's rugby league is going to be a big part of our focus going forward. Try to get as many young and older girls playing this fantastic game. We've already got a superstar here at Leeds Rhinos Foundation called Lois Forsell, who's down at Woodkirk Academy for a girls' rugby league festival.
Hi, I'm Lois Forsell. I'm the rugby correspondent for Women and Girls Rugby League. I know quite a lot about the game, and I'm very, very passionate about women and girls getting into the sport. I currently play for Bradford Bulls, and I'm in the England women's setup, hoping to tour Australia in 2017 for the World Cup. I work for Leeds Rhinos Foundation, so day to day very involved in the women and girls game. Here at the minute we're at Woodkirk Academy, trying to get more girls involved in playing rugby league through the school system, and hoping to get a lot more girls playing at their clubs outside of school as well, hoping to develop that pathway through to the performance side. Here with Chev, it's probably your first taste of the girls' school games.
Yeah, first taste. Absolutely blown away by the amount of participants. You've done a great job there, Lois. To get kids involved in rugby anyway, in general, is a tough task, but to get this many girls involved, it's a great start.
The girls are trying a new sport that they've previously never tried before. Some may be coming from gymnastics, football, and it's a new sport. It's teaching them new skills that they've never played before, that never done before, and they've grown in confidence hugely this year.
I like to get aggressive. Some people think rugby is for boys, but it's not always for boys, and sometimes girls can be strong as well.
It's getting more known, and then like more people are getting involved because like people are telling other people.
So Danny, you've been involved in the women's game. What do you think what do you think it offers to people?
I think it's so important for the girls. It gives them a real focus. It gives them a real a drive and something to aspire towards. And obviously when they're here, they come down out to have a great time out in the sun with their friends, and obviously the hard work and that kind of thing that they put in, really kind of improves them as a student and as a young person, really.
Yeah, and James, I've been involved with the school at Temple Moor for quite a while now through my job with Leeds Rhinos Foundation.
Yeah.
And what do you think it's given your students?
I think for a lot of girls, if they don't like netball or they don't like rounders or something like that, they don't really have anything else they can get themselves into or whatever. And it's given a lot of girls a lot of confidence. It's given them something to do with their friends that they can really enjoy.
It has begun. I am undertaking the challenge for Rugby League Cares to ride a bike from Wembley off-road, 320 miles from Headingley to Wembley. I'm very scared. Firstly, I've got to say a big thank you to Depeche Mystery, UK Red Security, Niall Woolley, Angela Coates and Chris Waddington, the first 5 people to sponsor me on this link, which is justgiving.com/rugbyam. I'm here with another really important key to what me and Jimmy are doing, and that is Lee from LD Nutrition. Firstly, thank you for your support, and tell everybody what you're doing for me and Jimmy for part of this challenge.
We're providing you both with food so that your diet's a lot more balanced, and you can hopefully drop a few pounds and get the right fitness level for this challenge.
Working with LD Nutrition and obviously MSC Nutrition as well. Nikki, big thanks to you for your support so far. Honestly, if people eat right and don't even train, they'll lose weight. That's true.
Yeah, it is true. It's macro and calorie control, so it's a calorie deficit. It's a basic thing we do is where we lower people's calories, they eat the right food, and then they lose weight. If you're not eating as much as you used to do, then the weight's going to come down, and that's what we do.
If you want to get in touch, how can people get in touch with LD Nutrition?
We've got our own webpage, Facebook site, Instagram. We're all over now, so send us an email. chef@ldnutrition.co.uk. We can work to any macros, and we're locally based in West Yorkshire.
And you deliver as well?
Yeah, we do delivery across West Yorkshire, and we also provide gyms with food across Yorkshire, so there's local pickup points if you need it as well.
Whether it's power station, factory or stadium, covering installation or maintenance, Spec, the specialist power contractor to industry. Whether it's power station, factory or stadium, covering installation or maintenance, Spec, the specialist power contractor to industry.
Rob Burrow, Leeds Rhinos, halfback, nicknamed D-Bob.
Short for Dirty Bob. Adam Cuthbertson. What do they call me?
An array of names.
Cuthbert?
Hero.
You call me Hero.
Fluffingtons.
I play in the front row / loose.
Absolutely flabulous.
Oh, that's You can't say that about me. I'm self-conscious enough as it is.
Pug-nosed gimp.
I go pug-nose. I'm not a gimp, though. This isn't hard.
Wrecking my mind. Mitch Garbutt has a reputation. When he checks into an all-you-can-eat buffet, he likes to get there for breakfast, and he just goes to the toilet for a break and comes back, does dinner. Again, probably a number 2, and then comes back for the...
He calls them timeouts.
Late tea timeouts, yeah. Cooling periods. Jones is like...
Nah, it's got to be Jones. He's a raging lunatic. He's just... I don't even think he's strong. I think it's just mind over matter. I think he just moves things with his angriness.
He stands on the wing. Sometimes, I mean, most of the time he just counts to 5. That's his job. Sometimes he gets it wrong.
He's efficient as he is in the game by standing out in the wing, counting plays as he is in the gym. Late. Oh, wow.
Jamie Jones.
Yeah, Jonesy.
Sometimes Jamie Jones wake up, he's that late, he forgets he's a rugby player.
I have to be careful because I'm quite late quite often, but he is the most forgetful human ever. John Lill, he's the loosest cannon around, but
John
he is
Lill,
also the thumb at the same sense.
He falls in love. Yeah, he'd be out for a romantic meal with his wife, not wife, well, we'd probably call her wife.
I like it how he's so forward with it on social media. That's what I like about it. That's love. That is love.
It's Carl Ablett. I mean, he tells you stats from any player, any club. He knows anything. You know, he's one of them that probably goes on, doesn't watch, you know, Fast and Furious. He probably watches, you know, Super League show. Opta stats.
He will watch, yeah.
You know.
He'll watch back-to-back reruns of games. Like, he just loves it.
And it's not because he's into rugby. He's just a boring bloke, really. You know, he's not really got out fun in his life. Jones is unique. He looks like Crocodile Dundee.
He loves wearing a good vest, doesn't he? He likes dressing like a 50-year-old at the country club, Jonesy.
Very colour coordinated as well, isn't he? If it's purple jeans, purple top,
He loves a set of purple jeans.
trainers, and he even dyes his.
I don't even know what things he wears. Terrible.
I think a real tough guy is Carl Ablett. I mean, he's had most fights and not thrown one single punch when it comes to fighting, but
that fight he had against Danny Brough, it was like, you know, that episode of Simpsons where he gets punched in the head that many times till he gets tired and then pushes him over.
And I think that's the toughness he shows.
Yeah.
Like, I'll fight you and I'll not even throw a punch.
No.
You know, you can throw him and I'll still stand.
Keep hitting me, sweet. I'll win this. I'll win this eventually.
You probably want to take this one.
Oh yeah, he doesn't know because he's the first one to go home, so he's never. He's professional.
And that is
back under that thumb theory. I don't know.
No, family man.
Family.
Jonesy, only because he's last from gym, he's last coming in from training.
That doesn't mean he's long in there. He's just in there for a long period. Like he's just.
He locks up when he comes out of the shower. Jonesy.
He's also the janitor at our club, Jonesy.
Like Bruce Almighty. Yeah. Electrician, janitor, player.
Yeah.
He likes to floss, but obviously the formation of his teeth, it's quite difficult. We sometimes have to come at a different angle with a.
Makes it rather tricky, doesn't it?
Yeah. At the beginning, they were a bit of an arm wrestle. Obviously, conditions played a part, and you got a grasp of it. But yeah, a real good victory. Obviously, I've played in these derbies, Master. How much does it mean to you boys to beat Leeds? Because I think, off record, that's the 7th successive victory against Leeds in a row now. So it must be massive for you guys.
Yeah, we don't look at records, but like you said, Wag, I think that's 7 for us now. And coming here at Headingley, you know, you saw the crowd there and the Cass fans, and it was a packed out stadium. And for us to get a win like that, and like I said, Leeds had focused on this game. They were going to come after us, and like I said, I just thought it was a massive response from last week, and we dominated in most parts of that game there.
Yeah, we tried to get ourselves back into the game, but you know it happened all game really. You know, we carried on making errors, and I think they used the conditions a little bit smarter than we did, and you know took their opportunities when they could. But you know we didn't really have that opportunities really in their good ball to apply pressure to them at all. You know, really throughout the game. So you know it was always going to be like a little play. You know, with the conditions. You know, errors are going to happen and. You know, you got to be jolly on the spot to get to the ball. And I think Cuthbert did that in the second half. Gave us an opportunity, but again, you know, errors and discipline cost us, you know, in this game. But credit to Cass. I think they're a great side. I think they've been fantastic all year, and you know they had a couple of key players out as well. You know, tonight as well, and you know the players that came in, they really did a great job.
You know, just at the start, I'm trying to get a quick play of the ball, or you know, that's at best, and obviously. Put feet on Ollie and then put it on a Shanley and you know managed to get through and yeah they are good mates of mine and you know normally 9 times out of 10 there's Gailey somewhere you know inside of me or outside of me, so I slowed up as much as I can, and then I thought I'll try and do my best to get round Sutty, and managed to do that. And then, like you say, thousands of Cas fans screaming in your face. It was just they're the moments that you remember. They're the moments that you live for, you play rugby league for. And to do it at Headingley against Leeds, who I've played for the last couple of years, it was quite special. And I threw the arm up before I put the ball down, so a bit risky, because if it popped out, I'd have looked a right idiot. But to score a try in front of me home fans, it's brilliant.
Let's go to work. Let's go to work.
I'm doing the UK Red Fire and Security fan camp. Oof! Idiots! I'm from Cas. Oh, faithful turn up. You should be awake, shouldn't you?
No,
awake again. Oh, manage! Oh, manage going on. Oh, faithful! We're on the race together. Should be singing an Old Faithful song at Leeds. To beat Leeds, the Cas fans always want to beat them, don't they?
Fantastic. I mean, you just look at the crowd, our crowd, how much it means to us. It's just unbelievable.
Come on, have a chat. Hey up, mate. We need some loose cannons on. We need some loose cannons on. We need some proper loose people. Who's had a beer? Come on! Come on! This is it! This is it! This is what I've been waiting for! Come on! Castle! We ain't Rhinos! I'm only joking, Jonesy! I love Rhinos! Hey, Rhinos! We ain't Rhinos! Come on, Cas! Right, what do you reckon to tonight's win? Come on! What do you reckon?
Oh,
Tonight's win. Talk to us about tonight's win.
Oh, absolutely fantastic win. I think we're going all way. We're going all way.
It's going better. It's mental in here tonight. Cas Tigers have just beaten Leeds Rhinos. What a game! Rugby M, I love you. I love you all, Rugby family. Oh, it's mental in a row. 7 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 in a row. UK Red Fire and Security fan camp. What can I say? That were absolutely unbelievable. I'm covered in beer. I've been crowd surfing. The Cas fans picked me up. We sang Sweet Caroline. They've all gone absolutely nuts. I wanted to carry on, but we got kicked out by the security. That's how Rugby M fan camp security is going at the minute. We're absolutely getting mental. So everyone, when I'm on fan camp, come see me. We can get loose, we can beat it. Come on, Cas. Well done, Leeds, as well. Great work, Rugby M.
Whether it's power station, factory or stadium, covering installation or maintenance, SPEC, the specialist power contractor to industry.